Little technical error there, and I can't explain it because I have no idea what the hell happened. Let's see. And what did I miss? Hopefully not a whole lot. Janet's still up front. Mr. Joshua is just behind him. They were 0.02 of a second separating apart. And now Janet has kind of separated himself a little bit. And Saye said, hey, Saye, 116.9. He split the McLarens. Adri posts. Nope, that's not Adri. Let's see who's on a terrible camera angle here. Okay. We got a Ferrari. Wrong one. Okay. And let's see. All right, Vinny, outlap. T-Money, outlap. So are the McLarens on a hot lap? Janet, maybe. He appears to be pushing. And Mr. Joshua, Mr. Joshua is on an outlap. So let's see. And, yep. Let's follow along with, let's go back to T-Money. Give T-Money some airtime. Smooth through turn 1, 2, and 3. Hits the DRS button and on his way to turn 4. No problems there. Nice and tight. Maybe just a little wide on that. Maybe. Of course, he's faster than I am, so what the heck do I know? Terrible camera angle. Let's see if we can get on board with him. Says he had the fastest middle sector, which... No, that wasn't right. Oh, and then he spins. God. Hope that wasn't my curse. And here comes Vinny. Vinny moves up with a 117.6. Oh, we missed Packer. Packer is at a 116 flat. Geez, a full 3/4 of a second ahead of Janet. And there's my invitation to join the party chat with Arbega, our broadcast streamer extraordinaire. How's it going, Bigga?
Just utter insanity at work today. They even prepared and sent people in to clear my shit out on the weekend because they knew it would be bad today, and it still was a disaster. So.
Well, the day is over.
Yes, sir. I'm just gonna start the stream. I gotta feed my cat, so I'll let you kind of run us through the intro and just let me know who you're on board with, and I'll try to.
Okay.
Actually, I'll run the intro, and then.
Okay.
Like, I think it goes live. I have to log in, of course. Fuck's sakes, man. Last Monday I called in sick.
Nice, so you had a full day off.
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with, like, the fucking whole Monday thing. I was like, Monday suck, I don't want to do it. I'm feeling shit. I'm calling in, I'm not going in, I'm taking my day. Because I was so busy on the weekend, it didn't feel like I actually, like, had any rest, and I was like, I kind of need an extra day here, like... Oops, password.
Well, good for you. Yeah, we all need those moments of peace.
Yeah, like I only get 2 weeks of vacation for the whole fucking year, and I've been working like non-stop, man. Like I haven't taken much time off because of buying a condo and everything, right? So,
yeah. Work hard now when retirement years get closer if you work hard now, so.
Yeah,
that's hard to quantify at this point, but trust me.
We're round 16 Mexico, right?
Round 16 Mexico. Season 8, Tier 1.
I'll be back with wine and with the cat fed once I do the intro. Okay, I'm gonna go live. Oh, huge crash there. Was it McLaren?
Just say
Was
go.
it Jinnit? Oh, it was Jinnit.
Yeah, Jinnit's out.
Just in time, Jinnit. He's got a good lap on the board at least. All right, welcome everyone. We're live, Zenith Online Racing. We are, wow, 5 minutes left in qualifying. We do not have much time left here. Apologies for the delay. Had a really bad day at work. Just got in, so we're gonna have GP take you through the last 5 minutes of qualifying here. My cat still needs his dinner, so I'm gonna have to go handle that. I'm on board with Seye, who is about to start his hot lap. He's on an out lap, so I'll leave it with him, and I'll let you take us away there, GP.
You got it. All right. It's a little tire on the side of the road there. Always disconcerting. Discerning, whatever the word is. And Seye preparing to get a great exit out of the last turn and start his hot lap. Seye currently in P4. He's got 4.5 minutes or so to try to improve on that. And this is his first season without assists, so he's done quite well. Big and I've seen almost every race this season and kept our eye on Seye because of the new format for no assists. He was a bit worried about it. He's done quite well. Quite well. Held his own. Very well done through there. Now, very tricky here. You want to keep as much speed and momentum as you can, but you can't. You got to be very careful not to invalidate. And then if you mess that first turn up, you're chasing it the rest of the way. So really nailing that first turn of the S's is very important. There's the tire I mentioned. And he had a purple sector 2. Let's see how that equates for the entire lap. And he moves up to P2. Not bad. Not bad. Still half a second behind current pole sitter QVR Packer. Let's see who's coming across next. Yeah, we got Vinny. Oh, he's not on a hot lap, so who's behind him? Looks like an Alpha. And it's Sam.
T-Money, maybe?
It's, no, T-Money's in the Ferrari. And so Sam goes up to P3, pushes Jinnit down to P4.
That Alpha. I thought you meant Alpha Romeo.
Nope, Alpha Tauri.
Alright.
So let's see, Mr. Joshua on an out lap. Let's see, who else? There's that Ferrari, is that? That was Asylum. And this must be his out lap because he is way off the pace. Either that or actually he might just be rushing to get back into the pits in hopes of getting another lap. Nope, let's ride along with him here.
You're riding with Asylum?
Asylum, yep. Currently P9.
Okay. Alright, I'm back. I got my wine. We're ready to go. Man, I wish I got paid for this.
What did I do?
8 seasons in and I haven't seen a dime.
No. Yeah, I know it. Well, I hear that that's coming up in like season 10.
Season 10 we're going to start making money off this?
I think so, yeah.
Someone told me that in season 2 that by season 6 I'd be getting paid, but here we are. Still pro bono.
Ooh, Asylum very close to invalidating his lap.
Still looks like he's good to go. I have not put anything on the screen. That's very uncommon for me. Usually got all my stuff on the screen so we know exactly what's going on. So Asylum making his way through the penultimate corner, which sort of blends into the final corner. Hug that line and cross it.
Wow, nice.
5 for Asylum. All right, nice lap.
I think he made up a full 10th and a half.
And there's our buddy Joshua. He's gone for a spin in the stadium section. Not giving the fans a show here. He's actually just made a mistake.
Well, he can go
He's
around
pulling
again if he
over.
has enough fuel.
He's trying to pull over to let these cars go. I think he can. Does have time.
Yeah, he's not going to.
Nah.
Probably doesn't have enough fuel.
Probably cooked the tires too.
Yeah, he did.
There's RC, and he just started a run. We'll check in with RC here. He's on the beginning of the lap, and it looks like not that many guys out there on a final run, so a little bit hard to time, I guess, with the length of the circuit, and I guess the lap's not that long.
So Puff is on hot lap. He's approaching turn 4. I don't know where he is in relation to RC.
RC is moving through the S's, so
okay,
we'll jump to Puff after.
Yep. Well, he's up on his time.
That tire. That's where Jinnit lost the car. Like, I didn't realize where it was when we just tuned in, and I saw him on the wall and was like, "Oh, Jinnit's crashed. Look at that." And then now that we've seen the tire sitting there, it's kind of a bizarre place to lose the car, right?
Yeah, kinda.
I guess there's just that temptation exists to try and get everything you can out of that corner through the stadium section. The stadium section is very clumsy though, so I don't know how much time you could honestly save by pushing to the point where you end up in a wall. I think Beck has a 5-place grid penalty. So, classic Beck qualifies 4th and ends up with a 5 grid drop.
Poor guy.
Yeah, if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have none at all. All right, so Packer takes pole, Sam's on takes second, Say down to 3rd, Beck 4th, Asylum 5th, Jinnit down to 6th, so he's got some work to do. T-Money 7th, Joshua 8th, Adri is 9th, Puff 10th, Lunar's 12th, Lunar is 11th, RC is 12th, Vinny is 13th, Sharpshooter is 14th. I believe Sharpshooter filling in as a reserve, so
he is.
It won't be qualifying, obviously, and we'll see how he does in the race.
You know, Jinnit could have. I'm trying to figure out how that could have happened. As you finish the S's, you have you're really pushing to that right-hander, and if you catch the curbing just right on the left-hand side, that could kind of cause you to, lose the back end a little bit. And if you've already kind of made the turn and you're heading towards the stadium section, you could carry into the wall over there. Oh, Crypto has made it to Formula One, because as you look down the end of the pit lane, it says Aramco, now it says DHL. It was saying Crypto.com.
Crypto.com. Yeah, there's been a lot of crypto sponsors, I think, especially to start this year, but crypto has not had a very good year.
There it is.
So I've noticed, you know what, it's funny, because I was seeing crypto ads everywhere, cryptocurrency ads everywhere for football, Formula One, all this stuff, and then you go watch the World Cup, I haven't seen a single crypto ad. And I wonder why. Is it because they're in shambles and they can't afford, like if everyone's buying your coin, like you're gonna have money for advertising, but when everyone's selling and your coin's in the ditch,
right,
and you're not spending money to advertise, right? So.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, because I would assume that advertisements and stuff were already purchased long before the recent, downtrend of cryptocurrency. But I mean, I don't know that for sure. But I can't imagine that they all just signed on. So it looks like it's going to be sunny. That's good news for the drivers.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be dealing with rain.
Yeah, the last two races, I believe, pretty much all three tiers had to deal with rain, either in quali or during the race or both. So I like the way the week is starting then. You know, no rain, that bodes well, hopefully, for Tier 2 and Tier 3 coming up on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yes, sir.
So what's your wine tonight, Big O?
I don't know what it is. It's white wine.
Oh, nice.
So it's always, I always have white wine chilled left over from the weekend. Generally on the weekend I'll drink like beers for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
The wine kind of towards the end of the weekend. So
Yeah, my go-to would be a Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
So you know, the chilled wines, and then if I'm drinking red, which is not nearly as often, it would be the Cabs. I like them all, but
Yeah, I'm not much of a wine person or connoisseur. In all honesty, like I don't know a damn thing about wine. I just drink it because it's a cheap way to get drunk.
yeah, well, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I've been drinking it long enough that some stuff kind of through osmosis seeps through.
Yeah, you pick up some things at a party, you hear somebody say something, and you're like, oh yeah, cool, I'll store that in my brain for later. And next time I'm around a bunch of, a bunch of plebs, I'll drop some knowledge on them. I prefer the cab. Let me check what it is. It's made in Ontario, which is obviously good, supporting local. Peller Family Vineyards Pinot Grigio.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's got a little bit of like a, like I would say it's like, it's sweet, but it's like almost like a, kind of like a tart sweet where,
Yeah.
you know, like it's not really like I've had some wines where it's like, oh, this just tastes like juice, tastes like apple juice. Like this isn't, you know, I don't really like that. I prefer kind of like a little bit of sourness to it, I suppose.
I feel like it's like a clean, and that kind of goes with what you're saying, where if it's too sweet, it's I think that if you know it's kind of a crisp.
I don't realize how much sugar I'm drinking.
You don't want to know
when it's bitter. Yeah.
All right, kind of interesting here with the tire selection. We've got pretty much even split between the hards and the mediums, and we got Beck on the softs.
Oh, true. I did not even look at that. I'm so, like, I usually have, like, some time for screwing around on my phone to, like, catch up on things I've been ignoring all day, and I've been kind of doing that while we're talking, and, yeah, I forgot to do my job of getting all the tire info up. So, yeah, Packer on hards, Sam medium. Sam starting second. Really nice qualifying for Sam. That's got to be his best of the season. I would say that's definitely his best of the season. All right, let's go racing in Mexico. We should have the lights any moment. 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And it's go time. Mexico, round 16 of Tier 1, Season 8, ZOR. Sam swallowed up at the start. He might even get picked off by the guys. I mean, guys 5, 6 places down are going to get Sam here. That is horrendous. Awful start for Sam. And we got Jinnett trying to make up some ground here. Trying to get by his teammate. And his teammate not leaving him much room to breathe there. But it looks like Joshua does lose out to Jinnett here. Maybe it was Joshua that was down the inside there. It's hard to... I couldn't tell. They were swapping places, so I wasn't sure who was initially in front or not. A little bit of contact there. Looks like Adrian Puff going wheel to wheel. Or, sorry, it's Adrian Beck going wheel to wheel. Puff just tucked in behind. Someone goes wide at the back. Lunar Jedi. And RC down to last place for the time being. And RC looks like he's about to make a move here on Lunar. Does get by. Good stuff from RC. Joshua and Jinnett going wheel to wheel. And Sam, I mean, that's got to be a real kick in the teeth for Sam just to start that high up and just get swallowed up by half the field.
Yeah, he and T Money both lost 4 positions. The biggest gainers, there's 4 of them, but they're only 2 positions. So really the positions pretty much stayed static.
Yeah, everybody kind of just shuffled above
Yeah,
those 2 big losers there.
pretty much.
So got Beck under pressure from Adri here. Adri taking a look. No DRS yet. The DRS will make a massive difference once it is activated. But currently down that main straight, not quite enough to get a move done yet. There goes Say, or is it Asylum making a move on Say? Here it is. Yeah, Asylum going for it. And he does get the move done. So Asylum early on those mediums, getting by Say on the hards. Very, very important. The next closest medium runner is Sam, who lost a ton of ground on the start there. So super important for Asylum to get that move done. And now it's just him in clear air. I doubt he's catching Packer, even with the better tires. Oh, Puff is out. He's out of the race, and that is a safety car, or at least a VSC. I do not see the safety car on track. I think it's just a VSC right now.
Yeah. Did you lose all your intervals and positions on the left-hand side?
I didn't lose them all, but I do have a couple bad ones with Joshua and Sam are out of whack right now.
What the heck did I do to lose everything? Huh. Okay. No big deal. Huh. Yeah. Oh well.
Very strange.
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing. A clear screen there.
Mm-hmm. Very weird. Alright, so I guess we're VSC. Who's this going to benefit? Maybe someone like Beck who gets off those softs. I mean, it's almost too early to go to the end of the race, though, right? So
yeah,
I don't think it really benefits anybody here. It's kind of just I guess we
we're
are racing and DRS is enabled, yeah. So unfortunate for Puff, out of the race early, lost it in the S's there. Believe it was right after would have been 1, 2, probably lost it making the 3rd turn. So
yep, pretty much where Packer was.
Yeah, right about here, he would have lost it.
Alright, what did I do to lose all my data?
Do you have tires and stuff still?
No, I have nothing. I don't have anything. I've got clean screen, dude.
You don't even have the triangle. Push triangle a couple times.
Oh my word, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Always looking out for my slightly technologically impaired friends.
Slightly? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm giving you some credit. I mean, you make it here every week and you show up, so you got something going for you.
Yeah, I try.
You figured out how to push the power button at the minimum, so
and I knew what the triangle button was too, so that's pretty.
I'd be a little concerned if you couldn't figure that one out, because they taught us that in junior kindergarten.
Now what happened to
really
Asylum?
Easy, eh? What button do I push? The one with the circle on it. Which one's the circle?
It doesn't have a side. So Asylum is all the way back. What happened? Yeah, what happened to Asylum?
I don't know. Oh, he pit. He pit under the VSC. He's got fresh tires.
You're right.
And he was on medium, so maybe not a terrible choice, to be honest. But he definitely could have taken those mediums a lot further. If I was Beck, I would consider pitting, but not on a medium. I just said Beck. My cat's looking at me now. And there goes Jinnit. Jinnit lost it in the stadium section. The McLaren's in the stadium section, not going well tonight for them.
Yeah, and Asylum's teammate Team Money, he spun in the S's and lost his right end plate. So look for him to be boxing here.
Comes Sharpshooter. Got that DRS on Vinny. He's taking a look. He's closing. Moving to the inside. On the brakes. Does get it done. Looks like Vinny just going to tuck in there. The nice thing when you're racing a guy who doesn't count is that you don't really have to do much. You can kind of just let him go and get out of my way,
Yep.
Get out of here. Let me race. So Adri on the hunt now Actually, I guess he's still on the same hunt. He's still looking to get by Beck, who is now carrying a time penalty. Sam also has picked up a penalty. Sam recovering nicely, though. He's starting to eat into the gap he lost at the start there. He's closing in on Joshua.
Yeah, and Beck doing well, too. However, he is on those softs. I don't know how much longer those softs will last. I'm really surprised he didn't take advantage of that first VSC and maybe get off of those softs.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, fastest lap. He is on the move. Josh is his next victim. Josh does have DRS as well, so... Oh, he was looking. Nice little grouping here in P2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a mixture of strategies as well. And we know, like last week, say, I believe it was, well, it wouldn't be last week, it would have been two weeks ago, but last race. Say was able to stick with Packer and continually put pressure on him. Mind you, I think it was wet weather, so that may have neutralized the pace difference a bit, but...
Didn't Say win? He stayed out on his tires for, I forget the length of time, but he rode him out. I think he only boxed once, and he was able to make them last to the end, and that gave him the victory. I think Packard pitted maybe with 8 laps left or something.
I'm having a hard time remembering now.
That's okay. My memory, I could be completely wrong, so it would definitely be confusing to you.
Yeah, I forgot to do my notebook at the end of last race, so I don't have any frame of reference for you, but Say has been driving extremely well this season. Like, you mentioned it in qualifying, he was concerned about his performance coming into the season because he was sort of forced to race with no assist due to availability, and he is overachieved by a large margin. Like, he's fighting for the championship, and he didn't think he'd even be finishing most weeks, so kudos to him for sure. And yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he did pull off something that great last week, making tires last and extending a stint. And he's just been really like kind of the best of the rest for most of the season. I would say if he didn't have such a hard time getting his feet under him in the first few races, like Jinnett wouldn't really have a shot. I think Packer technically is still in play, and obviously every time he shows up, he's pretty much going to win. But if we look at like who's actually been here all season, I would say and Jinnett are sort of our champion elects, and really Jinnett the last couple of weeks he's kind of just been forgettable. Like, he's sort of just lost in the midfield there. He hasn't done anything exceptional. He's just kind of bringing it home, getting points. And I don't remember the last time we interviewed him, but I think it was at least a few races ago. So like the points have really fallen off here for Jinnett. And it's definitely going to hurt him at the end of the season here, the way Say's been driving. Adri and Jinnett having a nice little battle here. Got a few really nice gaps here. Sam also taking a look down the inside on Say. Oh, and he didn't touch, I believe. I think they touched, and Sam was sent off into the grass. He didn't hit the wall. He's recovered fairly well. That's cost him a solid 10-plus seconds at least, but... if I'm Sam, I'm just happy to get out of there without any severe damage. I wouldn't be trying to race wheel to wheel with anybody right now with the lack of grip he's got.
Oh no! Careful, guys.
Again. Yeah, Sam he really doesn't want to have another car to overtake again, eh? So, my God, though, Vinny didn't do anything wrong. Nearly became a victim of Sam's frustration. Would have been really tough for Sam there. And it might have been one of those things where, Say didn't even move and Sam just kind of clambered into him, and, sort of the momentum at that speed sometimes will just send you the opposite direction if you bump something, right? So, not 100% sure what happened there, but definitely, man, Sam was having a really good run there. He was, again, you pretty much erased the deficit from the start when he lost all that ground. He was about to erase that and get by Say, and now he's basically back to where he was.
And was it Sam that had the same sort of happenings in USA? Didn't he like work his way up through, fell behind again with a spin or something? I can't
Yeah,
recall exactly who it was, but I thought it might have been Sam.
yeah, I think so.
So Beck, rooting for Beck, always rooting for Beck. He's in P3 right now. He does have a 3-second penalty, but he's got no battery and he's on the soft tire. So he's going to need help from outside of his pit box here. He's going to need, I don't know, another incident. I don't wish that on
Right.
anybody, but he's really at a disadvantage here, even though he's in P3. And Adri quietly moves up into P4. Let's see what the position change. Yeah, Beck up 6 and Adri up 4, Sharpshooter up 7. Sam is now down 6, Asylum down 8, and T-Money down 7. And I guess might as well include Packer. His position hasn't changed, and neither has Janet's.
Mm-hmm. So you see Joshua back there. He's under some pressure from Sharpshooter. So Sharpshooter is a driver who races with assists in Tier 2. Yeah, when he comes to Tier 1 and race no assists, he does a pretty fine job. Like, I really wish a few of these quick guys from Tier 2 would have just gone ahead without the assists and put themselves in the mix here, because I feel like they probably have a similar success to Say, where they would end up at the front. Like that pace and that talent seems to shine through at some point. Like there is the learning curve and the struggles, and you kind of feel like you're dragging your feet a little bit at the beginning, but eventually it will pay off. So hopefully next season we see a few more guys make that jump and maybe get a little tighter competition here in Tier 1. It's been really solid this season, though.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, Sharpshooter, I mean, he's up to P6. He started dead last.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not... Yeah, so what, 3 guys there made mistakes that put him in that spot? That's okay, you take a little bit away from him there, but he's definitely working his way through the field, so...
Nice. T-Money with the fastest lap. Kind of a lonely race, though. Been there many, many, many times all by yourself. It's not very much fun. I mean, I'd rather have somebody pressuring me from behind than to just be racing by myself, but... Let's see. So Janet now is starting to pressure Adri. Adri's 10-lap-old mediums may be... they're probably past their prime. They should still be fine. But he does not have the benefit of DRS. Janet does, and looks like Janet's going to make the move here at the end of the front straight. No problems there. Adri moving over to try to break the the toe to the other McLaren.
Yeah.
Man, now Sharpshooter is right in there in the mix.
I've definitely seen a lot of lag from Sharpshooter on my end. I do believe I think he's the one from Bermuda, right?
Yes, he is. Yep.
Yeah,
Lucky bastard.
I mean, look at his internet connection, though. Ooh.
Oh! Did he almost get into the back of Mr. Joshua? I was on board and the angle really was terrible, so I couldn't tell.
He's close. I mean, I've seen it kind of lag toward, like lag close to people a couple times, but I don't know. I don't think he would have been that close that he would have made contact. Definitely lagging close to and forward and backward lag, though. I've noticed like he's kind of skittering forward and back, so.
So riding on along with Packer here, the leader. I guess it's not as boring if you're in front of everybody else to be by yourself. You just don't want that caution flag, safety car situation to come up when you've got an 11, almost 12-second lead.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's like the worst thing that could happen, right?
I mean, he's almost a full straight Mexico front straight. Only, I think, only second to probably Azerbaijan in terms of length, and he's almost completely the entire length of that ahead of Seye after 14 laps.
Yeah. No, his pace has been relentless. I think it's just, like say, he's just not on his level at this point.
However, I mean, again, Seye, like you pointed out, he's doing so. I mean, Jinnit is not slow. Neither is Adri, Sharpshooter. None of these guys are really slow. And Seye, as hesitant as he was and worried as he was at the beginning of the season, look at him. He's right up there leading the rest of the pack.
Yeah, and he is slightly keeping. I mean, Jinnit's just right there. Like, it's sort of been the story of the season. Jinnit's just sort of been that just small step behind, say, on the track, and it's just a matter of making the right decisions. I mean, Jinnit, now if I'm Jinnit, once you get into DRS range, I think you can get that move done quite easily. The thing I would consider is perhaps the undercut. Get yourself ahead of Seye and also gap him to the point where he won't be able to fight back with the DRS. But it does look like Jinnit's got the pace. He is slowly reeling Seye in. I imagine that probably had something to do with the straight. He was picking up a bit of a toe there.
My guess is that the hard tire drivers would be coming in around lap 20.
Yeah,
would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say 16, 20, medium to hard.
So that would mean Adri would probably be boxing in the next 2 laps or so.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
So
Beck, interestingly, has gone to the medium tire, and I don't know if that means he's planning to 2-stop or if he just thinks he's getting those tires to the end.
Well, they're already 4 laps old, so and he's got another 20 laps, taking those suckers 24 laps or so. That's that can't happen, really. I mean, the hards, I think these, like we just talked about, I think these guys will be getting off the hards at 20. Not that they can't go further, but
yeah,
maybe a mistake there. Of course, he could be banking on perhaps another VSC or even a safety car, wanting to take advantage of the faster tire compound for now. He's already met the requirement of the 2 different compounds. I don't know if he has another pair of softs, another set of softs or mediums to go to, but you'd hate to have to go to the hard tires if you're on lap 26. So yeah, Jinnit now within DRS of Seye. really, he made up almost a full second there in a lap and a half or so. Continues to close in. Right on his tail now.
Yeah, Jennett's just been absolutely eating chunks of time out of, say, the last couple laps. So I would say that, you know, Jennett probably doesn't really have to worry about any strategic tactics at this point. He can probably just get by on pace.
So, thinking strategy here, and what we were just talking about the undercut, would say consider allowing Jennett to get by, because he's going to anyways, and then try the undercut on Jennett?
It might be futile, because I think Say would be smart enough to realize that Jennett's got his number at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Although, you know, the argument could be made that maybe Say burned up his tires too quick, and that the slipstream is helping Jennett stay close, but at this point I would say, you know, if tire management is this important, you got to give the advantage to Jennett, who's been, you know, driving without assists or not as many assists for a longer time. He's probably a little gentler on his tires, whereas Say's making smaller little errors that might be causing those tires to wear a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know if I'm Say. I suppose it's more about, you know, keep this guy behind you for now and then think about it after, right? It's just try to stay ahead, and if you fall behind, but you're I'd say if he's within a second or two and it looks like it might be worth it for him to try and undercut because he's got nothing to lose, then sure. But also it does look like his tires have fallen off drastically at the end of this stint, so that'll be something for him to consider before he hits early, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're Say now, you've seen what Jennett has for pace, equal tires, equal tire wear, same tire compound. Oh, Jennett a little loose there. So if you're Say, you're probably starting to really think about, all right, what do I do to really turn the tables here, because I can't really keep him behind me on the same tire compound. Or and Say went a little wide, lost a whole bunch of time there, and he lost a position to Sharpshooter. Oh, Sharpshooter's giving it back. Oh, Sharpshooter doesn't count, so nice, very gracious.
I think he may have done that just to avoid any penalties, because Sharpshooter did also run wide when he took the place, and maybe that was considered an illegal overtake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so possibly, unfortunately...
But Jennett's laughing now. He doesn't really have anything to worry about, right?
Right, so now, you know, Say almost 3 seconds behind.
He's not getting a slipstream from Jennett anymore, and now he's got Sharpshooter to deal with, so... Whoa!
Oh, there is some lag there, isn't there?
Yeah, big time. I thought Sharpshooter was about to plow into the back of Say there, but it looks like he's okay. So maybe just a bit of a delay in what we're seeing.
Well, if I'm Say, I would strongly consider, you know, trying the undercut. I mean, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, and I mean, what lap are you going to put on anyway? Lap 20? I mean, you're coming up to lap 19 in a minute, so why not try an extra lap?
Oh my word, sorry about that, big eye. Sharpshooter just did a wicked spin, but it was lag.
Yeah. I don't trust anything I see from his car right now.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I gotta get off a Sharpshooter. That's just messing me up.
Let's see what we got back here. We got some Sam and Asylum battle going on here. Just watch this for a moment.
Two very consistent drivers.
Yeah, and both made mistakes today. Actually, was his decision a decision to pit, or did he need to? because it has. I would have to say it hasn't worked out for him. He's just plundering around near the back of the field here, and it's just, you know, like everybody else is going to pit, but their tires are going to be so much fresher, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have to pit again. I don't think that he can make these things go to the end. Well, he can maybe make them go to the end, but I don't know if that's going to be beneficial to him.
No, I don't think. Here's the thing, like, I think that the straights are. It's so important to get a good exit and have good traction on these straights because they are such a long portion of the circuit. I mean, look at the map. Like half of the track is straights.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're struggling for grip on those exits, you're struggling for speed all the way down the straight. You're also struggling through the S's here. You're not quite, you know, pinned like you should be. I think this is a track where
there we go.
Like having your tires in the right window is extremely important.
Say he's boxing.
Yeah, I think Jinnit has him covered on pace here. Like as long as Jinnit boxes at the end of this lap, there's no way Say is going to get him.
Ooh, a very slow stop. What's going on?
He's out for
okay.
me.
Must have been a lag. Okay. Jeez, what's going on here?
There comes Sam on 5-lap old hards. He'll be going to the end. And he's come out just behind Seye, so that's not that bad. Sam's actually in an okay spot here. And his tires will be warmed up, whereas Sei's coming out on cold tires. Maybe Sam has a look here. And Seye, you see the wobble.
Yeah.
Sam has a chance. Sam's got a shot at this, and if I'm Sam, I'm taking this. For all the errors and mistakes he's had today, he really needs something to go his way.
Oh.
Actually, was it not them that collided earlier? It was.
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah, so Sam gets his... Really, if you think about that, Say bumped into Sam. I mean, maybe he did. I don't know what happened exactly, but those two had some kind of... They were racing wheel to wheel. Sam ended up off the track, lost about 5 or 6 seconds. He's pitted early, he's come back out, and he's now ahead. So Sam's really driving the balls off this thing today, and he's just had some really bad luck, honestly.
So Jinnit's boxing onto mediums, and again, I'm having, like, okay, it's just me, apparently.
Andrea also on the 5-lap old hards, so the undercut does seem very powerful here. Especially if you get a couple laps worth of undercut in, because look at Andrea right on Jinnit now.
Yeah, boy, that didn't work out very well for Seye at all, did. Oh! Sharpshooter spins.
Oh, right on the cold tires, eh? That's the thing with the no assist guys. I find that they seem to struggle with the tires when they're not in the right temperature window. Seems to be a bigger issue for those guys.
Boy, you couldn't have been more right. Seye has lost a lot of time to Jinnit. He was, I think, 3 seconds behind Jinnit when
he's
he boxed.
out, and that's a safety car.
Ooh.
A full safety car. Has
Beck
anyone not pit Asylum? I mean, this is a blessing for Asylum to get off those tires.
Beck
also laughing. I bet you $5. If I'm Beck, I'm going another set of mediums if I've got them. You're definitely taking those, right?
You got to.
Yeah,
you
can't put
have to.
on. But this is probably really good for Jinnit. 23 seconds behind Packer. Packer has already pit to fresh tires. He won't pit again.
And Beck is boxing. Very smart. I hope he has a set of mediums.
Okay, so I was just going to say he's already 6th. He's on fresh tires. Do you put the softs on?
Beck put the softs on.
I think he did it on purpose.
I don't think that that was a mistake. I think, just like you're saying, he's going to give it a go.
He took the first set 10 laps, so why not try to take these ones 12?
Yeah, plus by the time they finally start racing, if he can just take care of these, and it looks like he's being very... Oh, what's going... Oh, that was sharp. No, who was that? What was going on there? Oh, that's T-Money's car, I think, is still going around. T-Money's all done.
T-Money's car still going around?
It is, yes. And so when Beck came out, it was kind of confusing. He had to slow down a little bit, or he was going, he was being slowed down. And I think it was because of T-Money's car. Which was coming out of the pits, so I think T-Money did what he was supposed to do. He retired in the pits.
Yeah, I think Vinny crashed shortly after that. So, full safety car. About 12 laps to go.
So really, any of these drivers are probably pretty happy with where they are. So, I mean, Packer and Jennett, 2-lap-old mediums, P1, P2, they're content. Then you got Adrian and Sam with 7-lap-old hards and 8-lap-old hards, respectively. And I'm sure that they're happy with that because they gained a whole bunch of positions and the tires are still fresh enough that they could take them to the end. Sayes and 3-lap-old mediums behind them. It seems like everybody is probably happy with where they are and the tire compound that they are on.
Excellent stuff. Expert analysis from PP Colin.
Yeah, let's see how accurate it is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Expert analysis. You can call it whatever you want. See if it's right. Yeah, guys at the back. Yeah, guys at the back. Like for me, like so Beck's actually put the mediums back on, eh? Like.
Oh, he boxed
say,
the.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that was a mistake then.
But if you're someone like Lunar with pace and you just haven't had a great night, or RC who's had nothing but bad luck, do you slap a pair of softs on? You're already at the back. Close back up to the field and then try to make some progress here. Like, I mean, you're gonna get a free lap here to close up because we're not going racing. So I don't know, man. I would consider it honestly.
Yeah, you know, I really thought that Beck was. I thought that was a reasonable gamble to go onto the softs if that in fact was his intent.
Yeah.
I don't fault him for getting off of them, but now he's finding himself in P10. And everybody in front of him has fairly fresh tires too, so it's not going to be easy to just blow by cars on your way back to the front.
And I mean, we're probably going racing at the end of this lap, so we're talking about 12 racing laps here. So I'd imagine the softs are good for 6 solid laps. Maybe you take them 8 to 10 if you manage a bit. Probably not worth the risk.
Hey, I'm going to step away for just a second. Go grab a little bit of wine.
Alright, safety car is coming in. Packer gonna bunch the field up here. Doesn't have much time to do it. We're already in the stadium section. Safety car is barely ahead of the pack here. It was a late call to send it in.
It seems like that's happened quite a few times this season. Safety car, you know, the last 2 turns, all of a sudden it's coming in.
Right. So racing again, so Packers deficit or gap erased. The deficit for Jinnett has been erased. We got Andre and Sam on hards, old hards, everybody else on fairly fresh mediums. We'll see how this pans out for those two. Big moment there for CA. Trying to get by Sharpshooter. He's got the outside line and under braking does get it done. Sharpshooter Has to tuck in a little bit. Nice shot there, overhead chopper cam, looking at the car snake through this really nice S section upcoming here, and say, well, it's been a blessing for Say. I mean, he didn't look great, and now he's got two hards in front of him, and he's right on the tail of Jinnit again. So we'll see if Jinnit pulls away from Adri, see if Say can make some progress before Jinnit gets too far, and Say runs wide there. Not going to help the cause. Comes Asylum.
Yeah. Makes the move.
Gets it done.
Check out the penalties here. They seem to have been adding up a little bit. Penalties. Packer with 3, Sam with 9. Asylum 3, Sharpshooter 6. Sharpshooter does not count in the standings, so you got Mr. Joshua with 3, RC with 3, and Beck with 6. So 9 seconds for Sam. That's a bummer. I believe the DRS will be coming online at the start of this next lap. Is that correct, do you think?
It's the third lap after the safety car, so I think it'd be end of this lap. Oh, it is on, you're right.
Okay, so Say had a little bit of a slip up, and now he's got Asylum right on his butt.
Here comes Asylum. Taking a look, but not close enough. A bit of a DRS train here.
So this has been a common theme here. Say gets by with very little ERS. He's currently at 67%, and Asylum behind him is at 22%. And I think that was, we picked up on that the last 2 races, I think. Say was always ahead of a driver that was burning up the ERS, and he was always in the 60s and 70% range. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the magic touch. That's the Midas touch, I guess. Such close racing. This is great. And Say looking, wow, already.
I think Sam had a bit of an error there. Let's put Say in striking distance. Oh, did he lose a bit of his wing there, or did I just see something? No, I think we're good.
Yeah, it looks intact.
Yeah, it looked like a little piece came off, but it might have just been some other shadow or something.
Oh. Goodness.
Man, these guys are really duking it out here,
Oh my God, Say, you might lose out big time here. You got the Ferrari about ready to pounce.
Oh, right, he's hanging on.
He's pulled
Skin
it
of
off.
his teeth.
That's guts.
Yeah, that is the skin of your teeth if I've ever seen it. My lord, I thought he was done for.
He did have the compound advantage, but he also could have waited another half lap for the front straight. However, that's why he's in Tier 1 and I'm in bottom part of Tier 2.
Yeah, it may have benefited him though, because I mean, at least he's getting towed by Adri now rather than stuck in the middle of this train. Because look at that, like that train is enormous now. Like literally everybody's scoring points here pretty much in contention for a podium. Like, it's just, and I don't know what kind of magic Adri is working at the front there, but the fact that nobody's had a shot at him is pretty shocking. Looks like Say is going to be the guy, though.
Yes, AA is on the move, and he is closing. Again, thus far, I don't want to jinx anybody, but another great showing for Say. Again, the one that was so hesitant and to jump up to Tier 1 with no assists, I'm glad he did it. I think he's proven a lot to himself and his fellow racers.
Yeah. He's under serious... Sam is under serious pressure here from Asylum. Asylum takes a look, and Sam absolutely closes the door.
Oh, and Sam spun. Asylum spun.
Yeah, it was contact with Sam there. Asylum pulled out to have a look down that inside line. I do think Asylum deserved a bit more space. Sam probably will argue that that's not a spot to try and overtake, but if the car's alongside, you can't just turn to him. So I don't think that the stewards would view that too favorably for Sam, but I don't think it wasn't like malicious or anything. It was just sort of, you know, if you're gonna have to pick someone to put the blame on, I would say it was Sam's fault there.
And of course, you need to have Asylum feel that he was wronged. So if he would have to submit an incident report, and if he feels like it was all fair and square, then no worries for Saying. Or
I would say there wasn't a car's width between Asylum and the edge of the track, so I think it put him in a bit of a spot where he kind of had to clamber into Sam, and that caused him to spin. So I would be surprised if it didn't end up in the incident reports after the race. Yeah. Especially with the margins being so slim here, right? Like,
yeah.
Sam with all those time penalties, like, Asylum actually might get the position back on him if Sam is given a penalty after the race.
Well, already Sam's got 9 seconds in penalties, so Asylum's going to jump, or almost jump him. He's still got a few laps to make up some time.
Down the inside, gets it done. Adri has no answers for that one.
So Saye is 5.2 seconds behind Jennett. Let's see how much ground he can make up. His tires are 1 lap older. Not a big difference, but curious to see if he can make some headway into cut into Jennett's lead.
Yeah, Jennett, I would assume, probably could see Adri was clearly holding up everybody that would cause him any issues. And I'd imagine Jennett would have been doing some tire saving, and I was just going to mention that.
Let's see.
Just going to say, hopefully Jennett doesn't pick up a 3-second penalty, because Say is very close to that window now.
So, yeah, 3 seconds for Jennett, none for Say.
Yeah, that could be the difference. I mean, Say might get that place. Simply on the penalty, if he can get down to 3-second gap here.
So Josh making the move on Adri, and he's able to pull it off.
Yep, gets it done. Now Adri's old heart's starting to show their age now. Oh,
and who's that McLaren that just spun? Was that Sharpshooter? Yeah, Sharpshooter into, kind of kissed the wall a little bit. It looks like, yeah, his wing's fine. It's just a fun race day for him.
Yeah, and I think RC pitted to go for fastest lap because he'll be finishing 10th because of the reserve driver. So RC could pit twice and go for fastest lap if he wanted.
Lunar, I was just riding along with Lunar. I was thinking to myself, you know, really haven't said much about Lunar tonight, and he got a 3-second penalty.
Yep.
That's not a curse. That's not the commentator's curse because I didn't say anything. I just happened to be riding on board with him.
You were thinking about it, though. Just like I was thinking about Jinnet's time penalties, and then he went and got one.
The power we possess, bigger.
Yeah, it's a shame I can't actually use it for anything beneficial. Someone's... actually, does this work? Can we try this? Someone's gonna go pay my mortgage off tomorrow.
I was thinking more.
Wait, no, wait. Sorry, I have to word it differently. I hope nobody pays my mortgage off in full tomorrow. That's how you have to say it.
Yeah. All right. So Packer, I mean, no offense. I hope Packer has no issues the rest of the way. He's driving so clean. He's nearly 8.25 seconds, almost 8.5 seconds ahead now. It's from here on in, it's smooth sailing.
Well, hold on now. Why is Say in 7th? What happened?
Oh my word!
And he's got time penalties. I completely missed that. He's had some kind of error, and we missed it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now he's also carrying a penalty. It must have been a pretty big error, because he's 10 seconds behind where he was.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Even more, so. Doesn't take much. Everybody was so close, so it's not like he had a... Well, actually, when I look at it now, geez. Yeah, I guess he had to go around.
See, he's about 12 seconds. Oh, and there he goes again.
Oh!
The rear wing into the wall there, and the front wing into the wall as well. So he's left a lot of debris on the track there. And I'd imagine he's basically had about enough tonight. Otherwise, I don't think he would have turned in a manner that damaged his wing. Yeah, he's got no wing left now. Front wing's damaged. Oh! Actually, it looks okay. Maybe it is the rear wing that's damaged, though. Because it does look like he's struggling for traction.
Yeah, I think he went in back first, tail end into that.
He hit the wall pretty hard. And I would say it was basically all rear wing. Because it looked like he cannot make these corners at all.
No. Huh.
I mean, obviously the tires are probably not in great shape either. But...
Oh, he is struggling big time.
Yeah.
And it could be just the tires. It seems like it takes a while for them to recover after you've had a burnout.
It's just really unfortunate because I think he's got bad wing damage, rear wing damage, because it looks like the car just doesn't want to turn. Forget about the acceleration and stuff, right?
Yep, and there's nothing we can do about that rear wing.
You just got to bring it home at this point.
And thankfully for him, a lap left. Unfortunate that it happened with 2 laps left. So Sharpshooter steals the fastest lap from those that are actually in Tier 1. Nice guy. So,
is Adri in a position to pull off a podium here with the time penalties? Because I think he is.
Let's look. We got penalties of everybody ahead of him has 3 seconds in penalties. So, no. Not yet.
I think he's good, man. He's only 2 seconds behind Joshua.
You're right. No, I was looking at Josh. Yeah. No, you're right. There he is.
Oh!
Oh! How does that happen after you cross the finish line?
I think Joshua's car wasn't really moving. Like he stopped driving and the AI took over, and Adri just
so no ghosting. Huh. So Adri typically doesn't come to these interviews, so do you invite Mr. Joshua?
Yeah, we can do that. I got Packer, Jinnit, and Joshua. That's huge for Jinnit. I mean, he... Excuse me, was that RC that crashed before? No, it wasn't.
Say,
I think.
Yeah. Excuse me. And here.
Um, there goes RC too. Oh, you're just
he's
trying
going. He's.
anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, the end of the race. So Packer wins it. Jinnit comes home second, and Adri will bring home third. Joshua will be fourth. We'll bring Joshua in for the interviews. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Good result for Jinnit. He needed that. Say, had a couple errors, and Jinnit had. I think Jinnit had a mistake or something somewhere, but he managed to pull it off okay.
Yeah, and if we were to compare the races, at least the second half of the season, Jinnit's had more than his share of misfortune, and on the other hand, at the opposite end of the spectrum, is Seye, who is really driven flawlessly and really hasn't had anything happen to him. So, kind of ironic that here we are, race 16, that it would happen to Seye and Jinnit benefit. Well, finally, Jinnit didn't have shit go the wrong way for him, so that's good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier in the race. That I was like, Jinnit's kind of been nowhere recently, right? Like he's not been there recently, whereas Say's sort of been performing at the front, and Jinnit's kind of just hanging back and just quietly collecting points. So really important that he got a good result here today with Say's mistakes.
Migrating host.
I'm stuck in the end of the stuck in the lobby here, but that's okay. We'll get Jinnit, Packer.
All right, it's almost nearly 25 after the hour. I'll try to be as quick as possible for you,
well,
for all of us.
I haven't had a shower yet, so I'm going to go do that. I'll let you run the interviews.
Okay.
Take it away whenever you're ready. I'm just going to go jump.
Okay, let's see. We got Jinnit here. What was that? Log 1 views. I have no idea what you're saying, and don't try to explain it to me. All right, Jinnit, I know you're on the other side of the pond, so I'll start the interviews with you right now because it's very late for you. Congratulations. Things seem to go a little bit more in your way tonight, and Bigga and I were talking about how it seems like that's not been the case this whole season. How do you feel about your race tonight?
Benefits me a whole lot for the championship.
Yeah. I mean, you really needed that. Bigga was big on that. That was very important for you to have this good finish tonight. And we don't know. We didn't see what happened to Say. It was next to last lap, and all of a sudden, we were hoping to see if he could close the gap on you, because Say was somebody who was very hesitant to go into Tier 1 because of the no assist. But you held your own. You kept him back, no problem. And Big and I were both very happy to see that happen for you. What? Yeah. So, what caused your spin early on? Yeah, no, it was early enough that everybody was still pretty much close together. I think that dropped you back to like 8th and 9th or something like that. Now, was your strategy? Did you have to alter your strategy at all with that late safety car? That worked out really good for you. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Packer is on a planet of his own, and however, it's something to shoot for. I imagine we were talking about it. It's kind of lonely when you're nobody in front of you, nobody behind you, and maybe you're in 8th place. It's not the same if you're in front, like 1st place, and there's nobody around you. That's a completely different feeling, I believe. All right. Anything else you'd like to add to share with all our league listeners? Where are we going to next? Brazil. How do you feel about Brazil? The racetrack. Okay, cool. Nah. No, we'll take care of the cursing. You just go ahead and you have a good race next weekend. So I started with a little whiskey and I finished with some wine, a little Chardonnay. A little of both, not a lot. No, not tonight. It was just a simple night, just a quick pour of one and then a quick pour of the other. And next week maybe we'll change it up a little bit. Oh, cool. I wish we had a sprint race. Where were we in France? Oh, it was just a fun race, a social race, whatever, a friendly, if you will. But anyhow, yeah. So it looks like you are the only one that has dared to come be interviewed by GP Colin. You are one brave soul, very brave. Congratulations again, Janet. So glad to see that you're able to get on the podium again. And we hope that you have the same success next week. And with that, I'll let you go and talk to you soon. See ya. You bet. All right. Well, nobody else felt the need to come and be interviewed tonight, which is not a big deal. So let's see. All right. So that's our Mexico Tier 1 race. Season 8, imagine that, Season 8, race 16 in Season 8. We are very close to the end. I believe we have only 3 more races left for Tier 1. So Tier 2 is Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and Tier 3, Thursday at 8 o'clock. Each of those tiers obviously have 4 races left in their season. And be sure to tune in. Be sure to tune in. We're always streaming. We're very fortunate. We have a lot of guys that like to do the broadcast streams, and we always have at least 12 to 15 drivers, so make sure you tune in. So on behalf of Arbiga co-founder, I'm GP Colin, and so we hope to see you on Wednesday, which is when I will be racing, and Thursday for Tier 3. Otherwise, have a great night, and God bless.